What is this trying to tell us? 8 dates crack 8 safes. This is Christmas. I'll try that first, and then I'll try the other way. Queen D8, December 8. Safe? The full house trophy! The basement key. To continue up, you must go down. Okay guys, welcome back to Blueprints. So, I'm going to start with the Excel a little bit. I mean, I haven't actually made that many additions this time between episodes, and it's gotten to the point where I am so addicted to this game, especially after last day, right? I'm literally rolling through these day after day. I'm literally going night after night. I'm just doing a round of Blueprints, I guess. And like I said last time, I think, it is going to be a while until these actually get uploaded. I'm just planning on recording, like pretty much batch recording the whole series so that I can get it out to you guys maybe weekly. And then we'll just see where it goes from there. I really hope you're enjoying, though. I really hope this does go out to the public because I am enjoying this series so much. And for those of you who wanted to know, yes, I have just done my tax exam. I'm sure later on in the series you'll probably hear how that went. But it went awful. It went bad. It went actually so bad. It went bad for everyone, though. So I'm hoping that I'm above average still. So hopefully I'll still pass. But it was just tragic. Anyway, and I'm quite good at tax. I'm pretty good at tax. Anyway, I won't be complaining about tax today. This is what we've got going. We still need to get all of these things on rank 8. I would love to get that, okay, today, because then we can figure out what this all means. I think this is probably an F if we something small gates. Like if we... I don't know. But all of this makes sense apart from this word, basically. I've also put down a lot of the clues that we have. I mean, I have it all in here, really. But we've got a laboratory thing, push 3 up after 9. We need to get power into the laboratory via the boiler room in order to get that to work. So we can try and do that today as well. Antechamber, we figured out that the south access lever is due to... like you can open it via the broken lever in the greenhouse. And then the west access is a lever in the secret garden that we found last time. I still don't know how the secret garden works, but I do have a theory on that. And that is, if we look at this little picture down here, which was from... Where was it from? The apple orchard, that's right. This is like the logbook that the groundskeeper kept. And this was him. What does it say here? I have written it down. He tested the soil quality in the east and west wings by measuring the capacity to support crop growth and maximize the promise of high yields. It has a direct relationship to fruit spread from gardens and flowers that can bloom in the greenhouse. Okay, so that actually makes sense to us now because the secret garden spreads fruit. That's what the room does. So if we have a secret garden, I assume the secret garden, you just have to put it anywhere on the wings, which is great. Except maybe that one, barren ground. I'm assuming if you put it on the darker soil, then you'll get more fruit from it. I think that's what it's saying. And also flowers that bloom in the greenhouse. I don't know what that means yet, but I really want a greenhouse this run, I think, because we can probably get a lot from that. In terms of this tab, I've just put the red letters here as well as the closed exhibit. And I'm also putting, I'm going to put one for every book in the library as well. So as we get these, we can fill them up. I also didn't say last time, the drafting strategy, the architectural digest, is going to be like a magazine or something. That's pretty cool. There's more than, or there's at least 3 volumes. So that will be fun to figure out as well. Kind of gives us tips and tricks for the game. I think that's the one that I took out first last time. So hopefully we get a library today. Nothing else in there. Nothing else really in here. I've added Daniel as Simon's father and also Caleb Manning because he seems to pop up quite a lot now actually. And also the safes I've updated because we got the boudoir and the study safes. And I've also lowered it down so that you can see the full thing because before it was like this. But there you go. There are still 4 locations of safes that we don't know. We know there's one in the drawing room, but we can't figure out that puzzle yet. And there's one in the office. We haven't been to the office yet. So, let's get back into blueprints. We are on day 6. I could not tell you right now whether this is going to be a 1-run episode or if it's going to be a 3-run episode. I imagine we're not going to have as lucky runs as the last run, but we should still have some pretty groundbreaking findings. I think this might be the part in the series where a lot of the main going through rooms and stuff might be cut out a little bit more, because we just want to get to the action a lot of the time. Speaking of which, action. What? Oh, allowance. That's right. We get 2 coins of allowance now. Master Simon, good morning. It has come to my attention that you have been granted a daily allowance to use while on the estate. If it is convenient for you, I will leave the required sum here in the entrance hall each morning. If there is anything else you require, please do not hesitate to ask. Even though we have all been requested to remove ourselves from the premises during your stay, I can assure you I am still personally overseeing that the estate is at least operating at a baseline standard of service that I hope you will one day come to expect of us. Anne Babbage, house manager. Okay, great. Good to know. That also confirms that her first name is Anne. I mean, we knew that already, really, but we've had a lot of people saying Anne is the house manager. We've had a lot of people saying Mrs. Babbage is the house manager. We put it together ourselves. Okay, so we get a personal allowance of 2. We still have our additional 20 steps from the orchard. And speaking of which, let's go to the other permanent addition we have, which is the outside room that we can get every day. Notice how we still have the blessing of the gardener for 2 days. So we're going to still get a lot of courtrooms in our draft pool, which I found really, really useful, actually. I didn't think it would be that useful because each one costs a gem, but here we go. So what are we going to get here? Shelter. Shelter protects you from the negative effects of the next 3 red rooms drafted. Could be really, really good. Root cellar. Rooms in your house will be more likely to contain dig spots. Or tool shed. 2 special items. I think we've taken tool shed before, haven't we? Root cellar, again, I don't really see much point unless we have a shovel somehow. I don't know if we can start with an item or something somehow, but I'm not too fussed on root cellar for the moment. Let's go into shelter because that is a positive effect, and I'm also like, what's going to be in the shelter? Because I feel like that could be quite interesting in enough of itself. So let's see what's in the shelter. Down, down, down. Oh. Oh, wow. Okay. So we've got like boxes and fuel and stuff like that. Okay, literally a shelter. Time lock safe. Does this count as one of the safes, or is it different? It does look like a different safe. Like, it's not Sinker branded. I wouldn't doubt that this isn't. Yeah, I reckon that probably isn't a safe with a red letter, but oh wow. Okay. Ventilation, water cooler, food, I guess. I thought they were paint cans for a second, but is that a crow or something? At first I thought it was a bat, and then I was like, is that a swan? Definitely not a swan. I'm also thinking there's been a lot of mentioning of like the White Coast, the Blackwater, like things like that. Like, what does that all mean? Canned veggies, soup. Okay. Yes, this is literally a shelter. A shelter from what? That's the thing. Canned fruit, canned water, vitamins, canned fruit. Remain where you are for now. Given that the Red Guard is due tomorrow, we've agreed with your plan and have disabled remote access to the other terminals and have sealed the network mainframe. Regardless of the danger, I am still not willing to risk removing shelter from the draft pool while the 3 of you are down there. Our best bet is to sit tight and hope for a little bit of luck. I don't know what any of that means. The Red Guard is due tomorrow. So they've disabled access to other terminals because we've seen you have remote access between terminals. So there were people stuck in the shelter because of some sort of disaster upstairs. Whether that's natural disaster or human disaster, probably political disaster to be honest, knowing this game now. But they've kept shelter. Okay. So are we going to be able to access the other terminals? There might not be remote access. Okay. Let's see. Welcome to Mount Holly Bomb Shelter. Okay. Time lock safe. The shelter's time lock safe can be accessed by setting an unlock date and time. You can use any date and time as long as it's at least 1 hour in the future. Once unlocked, the time lock safe will remain open for 4 hours. Oh my gosh. So we have to figure out the date and time right now. So time is easy, especially if we go to the den. There's tons of clocks around the manor. Time isn't going to be a big issue. And I think we start at like 8 o'clock every day or something like that. Either way, I don't think time's going to be the issue here. It's going to be the date. Now, based on previous clues, we are the provisional heir on November the 5th. But that doesn't mean we started on November the 5th. Because the staff all vacated on Friday, November the 6th. That's what we heard from the maid's chamber. So I'm thinking we might have started on November 7th. I don't know if I can confirm that in any way. I am thinking November 7th. So if day 1 was November the 7th, we're on day 6. So November the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. So let's go with 12th. Again, this is a complete, just complete guess, really. November 12th, unlock time. Let's say we start at 8 o'clock, 8 a.m. Let's try, I don't know how fast time goes actually. Let's go with 12 p.m. So lunchtime, midday. And so 12 p.m. means we will have until 4 p.m. to come back here and check it. I'm a bit concerned that we got that wrong though. I don't think, at least we will know. Like if we come back here between 12 and 4 and it's not open, we know that it's not currently November the 12th. So we tried November 12th. Okay. Radiation monitor. A measurement of the radiation levels detected in the house and surrounding grounds. These readings are often spiked by the experiments conducted in Mount Holly's laboratory. If the reading is 12 USV or higher, emergency protocol will initiate and all doors in the house will automatically unlock. Huh? That's... Okay. Darn it. Not today. 0.13 USV. So we need to do some sort of experiment in the lab? Okay, I'm confused about that. Log into network. We know it's Swan Song. So is there anything else we can do here? I don't think there will be, because again, we need to go to the office in order to access the emails. I find it really cool that each terminal does something different though. It isn't just like one network. Again, staff services. We can request a special order again. I'm thinking... I don't know what I'm thinking. I'm thinking shovel, really. Well, no, we did that last time, didn't we? There should be a shovel in the commissary, maybe today. I think metal detector is really good. So let's do that. Okay. And then remote terminal access. Maybe we can access the remote terminals, but we don't have any terminals yet. Okay, I think that's it for now. So let's check the time when we go in to the house. And then make sure that we can get back between 12 and 4. We need to keep checking the time. I'm scared it's not November 12th. I think I might have messed it up. Because I don't have a confirmation of a date that we began. All I have is sort of context clues from everything else. Like they left all of the staff left on November 6th. So it kind of makes sense that we would start on November 7th, but at the same time, absolutely no idea. I think let's start out with a Nook. Let's get our key and get out of here. Assuming there's no other items, of course, that we're going to miss. Okay. First courtyard of the day. I think Den is probably good here. Gem. Okay, we have a key and a gem. That's good. Oh yes, what's the time? I can't believe I instantly forgot the time. Okay, so it's 9:20 right now, so 3 hours time. And how quickly does time go? I would say like a minute every like 3 seconds or something, so that's not too bad. We can definitely utilize that. West Wing Hall, so we get the most opportunities. Let's go through here. I'm not really fond of any of these, but we'll take the guest bedroom, just because it's 10 extra steps. We're back to the beginning. Ooh, compass. What does this do? A navigational compass. Draw floor plans leading north more frequently. Oh, so basically a higher chance of getting to the antechamber. That's really interesting. Which, that could be a negative or a positive. Like, you don't really know. I think let's take a storeroom. Whenever it's the choice between storeroom and closet, I'm like, I don't know. I'll take a closet, actually. I think closet. Because keycard. Keycard is just always so good to get. And we seem to get it from the closet quite a lot. So, keycard and gem, nothing else. Okay. And what's through here? We could take a security. We could take a parlor. Actually, all three of these options I am quite fond of. I think any of these could be good. Security would be interesting to get the terminal so that we can do the remote terminal access, but I don't really care too much about that. I think observatory, like, it's always good to get permanent progression. And seeing as we get 1 star every time we go into the observatory, I think I'm willing to go into the observatory right now. Let's just go to the fixed stars and have a look. So we should get the Southern Cross. Rooms with 4 doors are more common today. Ooh, okay. So this could actually be a good run as well. Like, we're setting up for a good run so far. I would like to have more keys and gems, but I didn't take the storeroom, so I can't complain too much. Okay. So straight ahead. Weight room. Lose half your steps. Now, this is cool. First of all, we've never been to the weight room. It would be really good to see what's in there. Secondly, lose half your steps would be absolutely atrocious right now, especially because we're right at the beginning of the run. We have 70 steps total. That's taking off 35 steps. So we're going to lose 32 steps. But we have shelter, so we're protected. So let's take it. And it's a 4-door room. Oh my gosh. Broken lever. Okay. Greenhouse, greenhouse, greenhouse. We are praying for a greenhouse. Come on, man. Checking the clock. It's almost 10 o'clock. Okay. This is a nice room that I would probably never spend more than 2 minutes in. I think we go backwards. I think we explore backwards. Oh. It's going to be spare room. We want to get back to the entrance hall, at least. Boiler room would be great, but like, we want that to be next to the lab, and I reckon you probably can't get the lab in the first few ranks anyway. So let's take the spare room. I shouldn't have gone in here. Why did I go in here? I just wasted a step. I just wasted 2 steps, actually. Okay. This way. Archives again. Alternatively, code check. Wow, some of these, oh wait, again, archives would not have an effect on us. Why not? Let's do it. And I feel like the effect of archives is actually pretty bad. It causes me to take a lot... When I get 3 options, and 2 of them I can see and 1 of them I can't, I'm always really tempted, if my 2 options aren't amazing, to just take the other one. Like, it could be the worst room in the world. It could be the best room you've ever seen. That's just the fun and joy of mystery. I quite like it. Maybe I'm a sociopath, but... Oh, the lab. That's unfortunate. Because that would have been a boiler room. No! This game. What I am willing to do is Great Hall. Because see how there's multiple doors? Like there could be keys beyond the doors as well. I would be intrigued by this, I think. Also, we don't need to unlock this door, because we can just unlock it via going into this room. I'm taking Great Hall. Again, we've never been in the Great Hall. Let's make sure that we're seeing rooms we've never seen before. We're not going to go in there right now, I think is the smart option. I think let's go to the right. I don't mind billiard room. Actually, I really don't mind billiard room. Imagine, because it seems like with billiard room you get keys and you get key cards. You might even get a lockpick kit. You probably could. So if we get a lockpick kit in this run, then the Great Hall is done for. Like we are killing the game if we get that. Okay. 3 extra steps from a banana. No other items. Alright, math. 20. 10 minus, or 10 times 2 is 20. 20 minus 10 is 10. Divided by 5 is 2. Ugh. 7 minus 3 is 4. Times 5 is 20. Divided by 2 is 10. That was easy. That was quicker than I remember other ones being. Like, I swear I had to do that for quite a long time. Oh, there is another door here. Right. Freezer would be awful. Bedroom, I'm quite fond of. Yeah. I'm quite fond of bedroom, I think. Let's do that. Okay. Same old, same old. 3 coins. Very nice. Nothing else by the looks of it. And then here, this is weird. So we don't have to unlock that door, but it's nice to see what's in here. Okay, it is just a chair. Yeah, okay. So we're not going to unlock that because we know what's behind it. Oh, we're here. So it isn't even the middle room. This Great Hall is quite intriguing, actually. It's going to be like a... Maybe that's how you get down to the basement. Maybe there's like a ladder down to the basement in one of these cubicles, if you will. Part of me wants to go back to entrance hall right now. Especially because I haven't been looking at the time. And that's because there haven't been any clocks. There is a clock in here though, isn't there? Isn't there? Maybe not. I thought there was a clock. Okay. Well, let's just go back to the entrance hall. Oh, clock is here. It's 10:30. Okay. Entrance hall. I am using up a lot of steps, but... Again, steps have never been that big of an issue. We always seem to find ways to get more steps quite easily. I think we take parlor for the gems. Let's do it. It means we're not going to get a full house, but I don't care about that anymore because we got the trophy for it already. Which reminds me, I really want to see the trophy room. Where is the trophy room? Okay. We have our key. And then we have that. Was there anything? No. Okay. The gems are in a box with a statement. I was going to say true, but this one doesn't have a statement. So we don't know this one. This one is blank, so it could be true or false. The white box does not have a statement. Oh, okay. So they're both telling me something about the white box, but they're going to be conflicting in a way. Okay. Oh, this is actually quite difficult. So let's think about this very, very deeply. Let's say blue is true. The gems are in a box with a statement. If blue is true, then the gems are either in blue or in black. Would this have to be false then, if that's true? I don't really know how the blank one works. The white box does not have a statement. If that was false, then that would be a paradox. So if blue is false, the gems are not in a box with a statement, then it would be in white. This would be true. The white box does not have a statement. I'm missing something. I've just made two paradoxes. Okay, let's go the other way. If the white box does not have a statement... Oh my gosh. I was reading that as the white box do not have gems. No, I'm being an idiot. The white box does not have a statement. That is true. True as it will ever be. So does that mean this is false? The gems are in a box with a statement. I think it's in white. I think it's in white. Okay. That actually scared me. I thought I messed that one up, but to be fair, that was quite difficult, I found. So, let's see if we can unlock some doors in here. So, we know that this door isn't actually leading to here because it goes through here. So, what's behind here? It's going to be a waste of keys, isn't it? It's literally nothing. You're kidding. Okay, what's behind here? Bruh. Lever! Access lever. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, we can get to the basement key today. If we make it all the way to the antechamber, which I think we could. That's actually really good. We got a gem from that as well, which I'm not too... I'm quite happy about. So let me just update the Excel real quick. So the east access lever in the Great Hall, which means... It means anytime we want to unlock the antechamber, we either have to find the Great Hall and unlock the correct door with the lever in. I'm assuming it's not always the same. We have to find the greenhouse and the broken lever and put them together. Or we have to get to the secret garden, which means we have to get the secret key. In all fairness, the secret garden sounds the easiest. Because once you have the secret garden key, you can just put it anywhere. I think I didn't just put it in the random spot last time that... Like the one random spot last time that you can put it in. I think you can put it in any spot on the wings, apart from that one that it said in the journal. But yeah, it's good to know that there's... that those are the 3 different ways we can unlock the antechamber. I'm not going to unlock any more of these doors right now, though that would be quite interesting. Like, I am interested in doing that at some point. I wonder what else we can find in there. I'm going back in here because it's 11:15. Do I just sit here and wait? I am being very, like, overprotective of getting this right. I might genuinely just sit here and wait. Oh, I'm such a tryhard. Okay, let's do that. I'll see you in a bit. Very out of tune. All right, 5 minutes to go. Which I've just realized 5 minutes in the game is actually probably like 2.5 minutes here. Actually, no, that's crazy. No, it's not. It's like half a minute, maybe. So, just a few more. Okay, actually, I think we can probably go now. To the shelter we go. It is almost 12 p.m. Let's see if we were right about November the 12th. I am scared that we're not, to be honest. I fear that we're... Yes! What a freaking... Oh my god. Okay. We saw it open. That is timing. I don't know how I did that. That was just guesswork, basically, based on a lot of the clues that I have. So now we know for sure Simon starts on November the 7th. Okay. So they leave the property on November 6th. We start on November 7th. That is insane. And also, the reason I'm so excited is because this is another red letter. Like, how have we got another red letter? I feel like these are actually quite tricky puzzles, and we are managing to get through them quite all right. I mean, the other 5, I don't know about that. I don't know if we're going to get the other 5, but there might come a point where if it's been like 2 episodes, or 2 or 3 episodes, and I haven't found like the last red envelope or something, I will give myself a hint, because I know there are going to be points in this game where I could bash my head against the wall so many times that I'll start like bleeding and getting a brain injury, and it's never going to get me anywhere because the clue is genuinely just too hard to find. But this is number 7. Okay, so we now have number 7, which is ironic, right? Because Simon started on November 7th, so maybe that's like a small connection there. What are we going to get here? Dear Uncle. This is from Marion Marigold. It's not from Marion Marigold. It's from Marion's cousin. Okay. So that would mean same relationship with... same relationship as... Hang on. So Herbert has a sibling who had Mary, but he also has another sibling who had whoever this is. I think that's how it works, because then they would be cousins and they would both call Herbert uncle. That makes sense. Okay, so there's like a little bit of a branch there. Dear Uncle, the disappearance of my cousin Mary has long sat unfavourably with me and my father. I will freely admit to you that the chilly airs of indifference you may have felt in my presence can be attributed entirely to the suspicions that I have harboured for these past years. Suspicions entirely aimed at yourself. Okay, so this is Okay, this is Herbert's nephew or niece, and the important thing about this is they have suspicions of Herbert. So they have held sort of a grudge in a sort of way, but like a very valid grudge. We know that Herbert has been up to some misdeeds. Um, so and as I said last time, like I feel like these letters are just showing us like all of Herbert's wrongdoings over time. Um, and while I have never had the opportunity to prove it, I felt very strongly that you had some deeper involvement in those events 4 years ago. Events 4 years ago, it could be referring to the Trinsdale bombing, it could be referring to the theft of the Ruby Crown. And the other thing as well, right, that we have to remember is that these have numbers to them. These red letters aren't just random red letters, and it's not just going to be 8 red letters, it's 8 numbered red letters. And what I'm thinking is because number 2 was the one we found in the... No, it wasn't the one we found in the boudoir. Number 2 was the one we found in the study, and that was about... That was someone communicating with Marion. And then number 4 was Marion's... was our father, Marion's husband, saying basically, Marion's disappeared and you've covered it up. Now we're on number 7, and this is somebody else saying we had suspicions of what you did 4 years ago. So is it something to do with Marion's disappearance? I absolutely think it will be, because that's how this whole thing has started. There is definitely something weird going on with this disappearance of Mary. The circulating rumours of those months did nothing but further reinforce my convictions in this fact. Those of us that are once bitten are twice shy. Very true. And I am aware of the cost my aggressively aloof behaviour has had on the social standing of our family. That's really interesting. I do not apologise for my actions, though I am now willing to admit that the conclusions I reach may have been flawed. Last week, I had a confidential conversation with one of our mutual acquaintances. A conversation that has shed more light on this mystery than all of my father's countless, fruitless inquiries over the years. I now have reason to believe that you were in fact responsible for smuggling my cousin under cover of night across the red border to the southern seafront. And I believe this may have occurred in September, a full 7 months after she was reported missing. Huh? Okay. A date that coincides not with her public disappearance in February, but instead with the notable theft of the Ruby Crown. Oh! Okay, so, take it back now, y'all. 4 years ago, all of this was happening. 4 years ago, this is all happening. Mary was announced as disappeared in inverted commas, 7 months before the theft of the Ruby Crown. And we actually knew that, because I was thinking that. I was like, how are they asking Mary about the plan around the Ruby Crown if she's already missing? But apparently she isn't missing. Did she join Blackwater and then she just wasn't associated with the public eye at all? Like she was deemed to be to have gone missing. I don't really know what's going on anymore, to be honest. I thought I had a good grasp on this story, but this has kind of shed light on a lot of it and kind of skewed it a little bit. Let's just keep reading, because I know you guys are getting annoyed. I say it every time. I always spend way too long on the details. If the Blackwater insurgents were in fact responsible for the heist, as some have claimed, I believe this scenario entirely plausible. And the fact that 2 of the Crown's 8 rubies have now surfaced... Oh my gosh! I put something together. The fact that 2 of the Crown's 8 rubies have now surfaced has given me renewed optimism that she is still alive. Alive, safe, and finally free. 2 of the Crown's 8 rubies have now surfaced has given me renewed optimism she is still alive. I don't understand that part. I don't understand that part. What I put together is when they said 8 rubies, it made sense to me instantly. We have 8 safes. In the 8 safes, we have 8 red letters. What else is in the red in each of the safes though? A red gem, a red ruby, one of each of the red rubies from the ruby crown. So it's and it's amazing. It's crazy that we've only just picked that up, right? And the reason it's crazy that we've only just picked that up, I mean, no, it's not crazy that we've only just picked it up. The reason all of this is crazy in the first place is because it's not like a separate item. It's not like the ruby of the ruby crown. It's literally just going straight into our gems, into our gem pile. So we don't even notice. We don't even notice what this is. And that's a very good, I guess that's a very good metaphor for all of this as well. It's like the disappearance has a lot of fog around it. And it's very much like all of the pieces have kind of spread out into different places. And all of these people are connected in some way to Marion Marigold, whether it's a cousin, whether it's the husband, whether it's the, what's his name? I always forget his name, Caleb, whether it's Caleb. Like, all of the evidence is kind of spread out everywhere, as well as all of the gems. And the gems alone are nothing, basically. The gems alone, I mean, the gem can build me a courtyard. Brilliant. But, like, the gems, when you put them together, makes the ruby crown. It's the full story. So that's what we're aiming towards. I think that's a good metaphor. I just don't know what it means when she says that now that 2 of the crown's 8 rubies have surfaced, it's given me renewed optimism she is still alive. I don't get that part. Optimism that she is still alive. As in, we found the crown so we could find her. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Perhaps my willingness to accept such a sensational story betrays my own desperation. Desperation for answers, desperation for hope, and desperation for a narrative in which you are not the villain. Yeah, that's tough. It's a sense that you know that Herbert is a villain, but he's your uncle, he's part of your family. So you're like, I really hope you're not, but I sort of have to take an objective stance on this. Like, if you've done something criminal, then we kind of have to frame you, or not frame you, but I kind of have to be you kind of have to be the villain. But you kind of don't want to put that label on them because they are family. In that distant land we all dream of, the land where the strangling crimson curtains draped across our sky are pulled back and the windows and shutters of discontent flung wide open. In that distant land, I pray one day to find our Marion safe, happy, and absolved. Courtney. I don't know what to make of that. That felt like it gave me a lot of things that we sort of already knew, but also a few things that like it explains a lot about timing wise, because I haven't been writing down all of these key dates, and I think I probably should be. I maybe on the Excel I'll be making a timeline, because this is getting a little bit confusing now, because I swear the disappearance happens earlier in the year and then later in the year. Yeah, we saw it with the newspaper clippings in the archive. I might put a picture of it on the screen or whatever. But that was in order of events. That was going through chronologically what happened in the timeline. And you saw that one of the newspaper clippings that came first was Marion Marigold was going missing. And then after that was the theft of the Ruby Crown. And I was like, okay, but what does that have to do with anything? Yes, the Ruby Crown, like we've talked about the Red Prince and things like that. But like, why is this associated with everything else? And it's actually because Marion Marigold had an involvement in stealing the Ruby Crown. That's really interesting. I'm glad that we did that. That's another envelope off the list, or letter off the list. 5 more to go. We know where 2 more of them are. And then we're a free bird. We have absolutely no idea where the other 3 are. So let's continue through the estate. I spend so long talking about loads of rubbish. Oh my gosh, you guys must hate me. Thing is, I don't know because I'm pre-recording all of this. Okay. I think we go up. Yeah, let's just go through the weight room. I think going through the center is probably quite a good idea. And also we have the compass, so we're going to be going towards the north of the manor anyway. We have a lot of gems as well. The thing is, on any normal run here, I would take chapel because it allows us to go left, and it's not like that bad of a punishment going through and losing 1 coin, but it would be wasting our last shelter from the shelter. And I think we could use that on better rooms. At the same time, no, I think I want to take Hallway here. Yeah, let's take Hallway. Oakley dokely. We want to go this way. Ooh, I don't like this. Rotunda. See, this is a better room to use it on. But Rotunda can rotate. Oh, I kind of don't want to take it because it's 3 gems, but also it's interesting. Do I want Rotunda? It doesn't even look interesting. I don't even want Rotunda. Like, that doesn't even appeal to me that much. I'm going to use it on Gymnasium because it gives me more doors. I mean, Rotunda, of course, will give me the full 360. Like, all 4 doors, technically. But Gymnasium uses up the last shelter, and we don't want to lose 2 every time we go through the Gymnasium. I think that's a good one to use it on. Okay, can we get running shoes here? Nope, not today. Nope, not today. Door is locked. Oh, God. Oh, I don't like this now. We're already running out of keys. Oh, library! Yeah, I mean, I have to. I have to. Okay. This is exactly what we wanted. We wanted the library. Okay. I'm kind of scared now that that's going to be a locked door and we're just going to be stuck here now. We might well be, but you know what? We got a shelter, we figured out how to unlock the shelter, and we got a library on the same day. I'm pretty happy with that alone. Like, I don't care if the run ends here. Drafting strategy. I'm so stupid. I didn't write down the name of the person. Was it Kimberly? That was a month ago. No, 2 months ago. I forgot about October. That's interesting. We did just hear about Kimberly, right? That's our... Oh my god, I don't even know. Like our cousin first removed or something? I don't know. I don't know family trees very well. I'm like past like uncles and aunties and stuff like that. Yeah. Drafting Strategy, Volume 3, Architectural Digest, Volume 5, June issue. Okay, contents. The Potential Within, Gems, 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 Planning Your House, Top Drafting Combos, Making a Connection, Tips and Tricks, Words from the Editor. Okay. Oh, this is so cool. I like this a lot. This is so sick. Okay. The Potential Within. We all start as an empty floor plan. To the ambitious young architect, a fresh blueprint represents a world of boundless possibilities. When you are staring at a blank canvas, you have an unlimited potential and ideas to explore. But with an abundance of options at your disposal, the architect can also become overwhelmed by the countless choices and decisions that need to be made. Yeah, I've felt that before. Should I draft a hallway or a closet? How many rooms do I need, or how many bedrooms do I need in my house? Is passageway really worth 2 gems? Nah. All of these questions can compound, adding layers of complexity and stress to the design process. That's why it's even more important to develop simple and effective strategies that you can employ while drafting your house to ensure a successful project outcome. In this volume of Architectural Digest, We aim to provide architects with some of those strategies and even assist them in developing their own. Gems, gems, gems. Every architect needs them. Although many architects employ different strategies when developing their house designs, most of them agree on one guiding principle. Have gems while drafting. Yeah, we kind of figured that out. Remember in our last run, right at the end, we were like, well, I really want to get into the antechamber, but I don't know if the rooms that I draw from my pool are going to take me into that room. So I need to make sure that I've got enough gems so that if there is one with a gem requirement that I need to get, then I can get it. So it is very important, to, especially going up the ranks, to get gems, I think, at the beginning. One of the most common ways architects draft themselves into a corner is by not having the resources they need when opening a new door. If you lack the gems to consider all three presented options, you may be forced to draft a room you do not want. Exactly. To avoid this predicament, focus on drafting rooms that grant you gems and prioritize acquiring gems as early in the day as you can. This approach is a surefire way to set yourself up for success. Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself. I mean, I didn't say it better myself. Reader submitted gem strats. I wonder if these are from playtesters or from any players online. Make sure you check for gems in the room you are in before clicking the door. I do this way too much. Yeah, I've done that a few times. Think about saving some gems for emergencies. I try to only spend them if I really, really need a room. I actually have that philosophy a lot. Thank you, Jen. I will never draft passageway on the first 5 ranks. It's a simple strat that has served me well. I think I've also kind of gotten into a habit of like making sure that the first few, I wouldn't say 5 ranks, I would say maybe first 3 ranks, I don't have any too expensive rooms, because it's wasted your gems. You don't need them at the beginning. You need to start by just collecting resources. It's like Minecraft in a way. You can't get stone without getting wood, you know? If you see gems for sale in any of the shops, buy them out. Is that good advice? Don't pass up wine cellar even if you're not thirsty. There's no such thing as too many gems. I may have a bit of a problem. Wine cellar is pretty good. Plus 3 gems for no cost. That's good. Planning your house, estate layout and drafting. When you begin drafting a house, it's important to start each day with a solid foundation. Draft early ranks first. A very common mistake beginners make is drafting in a straight line north and ignoring the many unopened doors they have left behind in the entrance hall and rooms of the early ranks. Yeah, we've been doing that. Or we haven't been doing that. We've been making sure that we're opening all the doors like in the first rank, then the second rank, and we're trying to kind of build our way up rather than go straight up and then come right back down, because that just doesn't seem very efficient for steps and for gems, to be honest. Where was I? When these architects reach the higher ranks, they quickly discover they do not have enough keys or gems to continue. Their day usually ends by returning to the lower ranks to draft from the doors they skipped, only to find rooms and items that would have made all the difference if they had been found earlier in the day. Once again, couldn't have said it better myself. As the layout... I wanted to click on the door just in case. As the layout to the right demonstrates, even a path of rooms that snakes through the house and does not go in a straight line can also be structurally weak if you're having lots of unopened doors on the ranks behind you. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. By starting each day on a strong foundation of rooms on the early ranks, you'll have a better chance of finding success when you eventually start heading further into the house. What I will say is, what we did last time, you definitely don't need a full house in order to complete this game. I mean, you need it to get 100% so you get the trophy, whatever. But we don't need to get a full house every day. I mean, even me, I've left this part of the map with nothing in it at this point. And I think we're doing fine, apart from the fact we have no keys, but we ignore that. You don't need to fill up the entire house. It's just making sure you've got a good foundation and your resource gathering at the beginning of the game. So I kind of learned that. But I think that's your aim, really. You don't need a full house, but your aim is a full house so that you can build your way up. Because we were up at this point last time Like, we were in the 8th and 9th ranks and 7th ranks. And, like, we were unstoppable here. Like, we had so many gems, so many keys. We had a lockpick thing, a pick sound amplifier. We had a workshop down here. We had a dining room with food in it. Like, there's so many... We had so many resources. There was no way it was going to fail at any point. So, that's what we want. Yeah. Top drafting combos. Okay, I actually do want to hear this. 5 combos you don't want to miss. Another aspect to consider when planning your house is the order in which you draft rooms. For instance, if you draft Cloister before the Terrace, you will be down 3 gems. But if you draft them in the reverse order, Cloister would be free. That is a good point. We've never actually drafted Terrace yet, because it's just never been in the right position. But I do want to do that one day. Identifying a synergistic pair of rooms or floor plans is an essential first step, but determining the optimal order for drafting those rooms will provide you with an additional advantage, significantly improving your chances of success. Good tip, good tip. Other floor plan combos. A foyer drafted before Great Hall would mean that all of its many doors would be unlocked. Hallway doorways always unlocked. That's really good. We need to think about that. I mean, we've never seen foyer before, but that's good to know. Drafting bunk room after nursery will give you 10 extra steps because it counts as 2 separate bedroom triggers. I didn't even think of that. Yeah. You won't have to backtrack constantly to collect your gold spread from the office if you draft a conference room. Yep, we thought about that before. The more items you have, the greater your chances of being able to create a contraption in workshop. Attic, 8 items. We need to get attic. Okay. Making a connection. Oh, here we go. Here we go. This could help. 2-pair combos aren't the only form of room synergy. You will find some floor plans only work by drafting other specific rooms. These rooms aren't powerful on their own, but can become very useful when their connectivity is eventually discovered. The utility closet is a perfect example of this. It doesn't do anything by itself, but it can literally power up other rooms you have drafted in your house. So the garage powers garage door and grants west path access. We've done that. Dark room turns lights back on after blowing a fuse. We've done that. Gymnasium turns lights off to prevent step loss. We've done that. Great. Other examples of connectivity. The ladyship's chamber. The next time you enter the boudoir, gain 10 steps. The next time you enter walk-in closet, gain 3 gems. Oh my gosh. One of the more simple examples, her ladyship's chamber has synergy with Lady Epson's other 2 rooms, her boudoir and her walk-in closet. Okay, walk-in closet and boudoir belong to Lady Epson. That's good to know. I want to say we could have guessed that, but I don't think we could have, because like there have been quite a few women, and there has, like, we don't know which one's which. We don't know who Lady Epson is, what she looks like, and we don't know what rooms are hers. So the boiler room connects ducts. That's the name of it. I was saying pipes last time. It's ducts. The boiler room connects ducts from room to run steam power to specific destinations in the house. Laboratory, hang on a second. I'm going to write this down because this is really useful. So the lab, we've looked at the lab and we know exactly why that's useful. The lab, the garage. Why would the garage want power? Does that just power the door again? Or is that something else? Okay, we'll have to think about that. Laundry room. We haven't been to the laundry room. That's quite funny. There's a laundry room. Oh, there's a laundry room in the aquarium. Wasn't there? We saw washing machines. Furnace. Why does furnace have a use for steam power? This is so interesting. And pump room all have uses for steam power. Pump room? We haven't seen a pump room. Speaking of pump room, this room controls the water level throughout rooms in the estate and can interact directly with the pool. We haven't seen the pool. Aquarium. You can drain the aquarium. We need to do that. We need to do that. Okay, so pump room. I need to write all this down. So, like, I can write this in the thing, in the Excel. But the pump room goes with the pool, aquarium, basically anywhere with water. But aquarium, we can drain the aquarium and see what happens. Maybe we can see the things more clearly, and maybe something will show there. Greenhouse. Greenhouse. Okay. And then kitchen? Why would you need water in the greenhouse or water in the kitchen? Oh my gosh. Remember that? Maybe it was the last time we went in the kitchen. It was the first time I think we went in the kitchen. We tried... I'll put the clip up potentially. We tried to turn the tap on. And I was like, why isn't this working? The faucet. Why isn't this sink working? It's because there's no water there. So I wonder what happens. When we get the pump room, we're going to have to divert the water to all sorts of places. However you do that. Oh, you're going to need to take out the library book to understand how the pump room works, aren't you? We'll need to get the pump room and go through each of these rooms and just make sure, like try and fill it up with water, get rid of all the water. Again, I don't know how it works yet, but that's exciting. That's exciting. I'm really excited to get to the pump room stuff. So hang on, the pool, aquarium, greenhouse, kitchen, and other several features located outside the main house. I wonder if that includes the bird baths. Though I don't know what that would do for us. But there's something with the bird baths, I'm telling you. Also the fountain. The fountain could be interesting. Because we've been throwing coins in there. Making wishes. I don't know. We'll see. We'll get there at some point. Probably not today. Making a connection. Estate connectivity. 2-pair combos aren't... Wait. This isn't the next page. Never mind. Tips and tricks. In the kitchen, you can check which course is being served in the dining room that day. This will allow you the opportunity to draft specific rooms that will make the meal even more delicious. We have seen that. Besides counting as 2 bedrooms, bunk room also counts as 2 rooms. This will increase the amount of steps granted by master bedroom, the amount of gold spread by the tomb, and the amount of keys found in servants' quarters. Each time you solve a puzzle in the billiard room or parlour, the difficulty will slightly increase the next time you draft that room. I have noticed that. The parlour puzzles are getting a lot harder. Just because you didn't find any items in a room when you first explored it doesn't mean that will be the case the next time you draft it. True. The day after drafting Freezer, it enters an automated cooldown refreezing cycle during which it cannot be drafted for the next 24 hours. Okay, good to know. If you are stuck or don't know what to do in a specific room, sometimes it is smart to move on. There are multiple ways to solve many of the challenges you will come across, and there is a very good chance you will find a piece of information down the road which may help. When in doubt, draft rooms you have never seen before. Great advice. Even if you do not think the rooms seem very useful, they may still hold useful clues and information that may help you on your journey. Word from the editor. Although this volume we have provided our readers with many potential strategies and tricks to try, we here at Architectural Digests, I can't say architectural. There you go. That's right? Architectural Digest. Hope that aspiring architects know that there is truly no set blueprint for success. Forging your own path and coming up with your own unique strategies will, in our humble opinion, always provide the best results. Each architect has his own favourite room, each builder has his own favourite tool, and thus each player in turn will develop their own style of play and discover their own secrets and tricks that they can share with the world or keep to themselves. I'll share it with the world, with you guys. Whatever strategy you employ, we wish you the best of luck drafting and hope you build the house of your dreams. That was actually very cool and very useful. I really enjoyed that, actually. It was a really, really nice read. Now time to die. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Huh? Okay. This is an absolutely insane pull. Chamber of Mirrors. You can now draft second copies of rooms you already have in your house. Okay. Passageway would be pretty good. Rotunda would be pretty good. Like, I would obviously take Passageway over Rotunda because it's one less gem. But Chamber of Mirrors, I've never been in Chamber of Mirrors. It's no cost. It looks like there's a door to each side, but I'm not sure. That kind of scares me, actually. Because at the moment, it looks like it only has one door. Let's do it. I'm interested in what the Chamber of Mirrors looks like. Oh, wow. I have noticed that we are a vampire. Oh, there's another thing there. Okay. So we press this button. Okay, great. So we're dead. Oh, not necessarily. Oh, no, we are. So what we would need to do is we would need to draft a room on the other side, go through, push the button. Oh, damn it. I really wanted to see the effect of that. We could have drafted another observatory, maybe? Another billiard room for more keys. Like, that would have been useful entirely. Another den, like more West Wing halls and hallways. Oh, well, that is the end of our run. Quite a short run, but we actually learned a lot. We got a lot out of that run. So let's call it a day. And let's have another shot. Let's have another day. We have the Charming Cottage. Total rooms 19, rank reached 5, steps taken 45, items found 3, new rooms 4. Yeah, even though we didn't do that much, we did see 4 new rooms, and that's kind of insane based on how little rooms we did draft in the end. Okay, that was just a bit of an unfortunate run based on keys and that Chamber of Mirrors. If I knew that the Chamber of Mirrors was like that, then I would have drafted the passageway 100 times out of 100, I think. Okie dokie. Day number 7. Let's see. We get our allowance. We go out here and we draft the outside room. I'm always really excited for the outside room. Unironically, I think it's really exciting. This is our last day of the Blessing of the Gardener, so this is the last time we're going to get loads of courtyards. Unless we draft Shrine again and put 5 coins in, I guess. What are we going to get? Trading Post, items for trade. Shrine, make an offering, receive a blessing. Hovel, special floor plans now cost additional steps instead of gems. So that would make gems redundant. But it means because we've got so many courtyards, we can just walk through them. Like, we don't need gems. I'm interested in, I just want new rooms. So I'm not going to take Shrine right now. Plus, we have a Shrine effect already. I'm interested in Trading Post, definitely. But Hovel interests me. And also, I wonder if there's anything else in Hovel that we can see. Let's have a look. Hello, hello, hello. Notice of termination. Dear Mr. Ravane, your half-hearted dedication and maintenance of the grounds have been greatly appreciated. This is the first groundskeeper. First groundskeeper, Mr. Ravane. This is the one that Robert Nogula took over from. And he like this guy, Mr. Ravane. I'm assuming I'm not talking rubbish, but this guy, Mr. Ravane, wasn't taking any notes on any of the grounds, so that's why Mr. What's it called? Nogula ended up taking notes and journaling, like the soil maintenance and stuff. However, I regret to inform you that your services as the groundskeeper at Mount Holly will no longer be required, effective immediately. This decision has been made after careful consideration and is based upon repeated observations and documented instances of neglect in the performance of your duties. The state of the green rooms in particular has deteriorated significantly over the last few months, which reflects poorly on the rest of the staff. You are required to vacate the hovel by the 20th of March, ensuring all tools and equipment belonging to the estate are returned to the tool shed in good condition. Your final wages will be settled promptly upon completion of these instructions. We thank you for your time and service and wish you the best in your future endeavours. Anne Babbage, house manager. I will say, like, Herbert S. Sinclair isn't sounding like a great guy anymore. Like, at first I was like, wow, he's pretty cool, but like, yeah, he, like, a lot of political associations, etc. Anne Babbage seems pretty chill, or not chill necessarily, but she's very good as the house manager. We've seen she's been on top of things. She's been on top of, I wouldn't say on top of, she's been very proactive in going out against the chauffeur who's like been going on like private drives, I assume private use drives when they need a car. She's gone for the groundskeeper and replaced the groundskeeper. So she seems very up to date with it. Like she's very good at what she does, very clearly. That's what I'm gathering. And we're hearing her name a lot, so she must be getting like a lot of praise. Pan. Not a lot in here, actually. Oh, this is another one of those things, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, cool. We have 2 more of those. I haven't theorized what this is going to do. I mean, it's kind of hard to theorize in this game. I have absolutely no idea what it could do. But we'll find out one day. Anything else? What is this? A genuine lucky rabbit's foot. Greater chance of finding items. Okay. Cool. There is a sheet here. Ooh. Okay. 45 rooms, antechamber sealed, 2 wings, 9 ranks, 2 starting rooms. 2 starting rooms? What does 2 starting rooms mean? As in this room and the... I don't know what 2 starting rooms means. Coincidence. 45292. 45 rooms, 2 starting rooms, 9 ranks, 2 wings. Oh, and look at the color of them. No, that doesn't make sense because what's pink? Where is room 46? Yeah, you're asking me. 7590. Tested my full house theory. No luck, as expected. We've already tested it. We didn't need this information. That's interesting, though. 45292 coincidence? 45292 coincidence. What does that mean? What was the key card number? 57188. Okay, maybe not. Why is that a coincidence? It's something to do with the colours here. I have noticed the colours. At first I was like, okay, the 45 is blue. The 2 is pink. Like, the 45 means blueprint. The 9 is purple, meaning bedroom. The 2 is shops. But then what's the pink? Is that red rooms? Or green rooms? It doesn't make sense. Coincidence. I got nothing. I would love to have something there, but I don't have anything. At least we got that. Okay. So, not a lot else in here. Did we actually get anything else in here? I mean, we've got the cool step thing. So, we should be drafting a lot of bedrooms today. so that we can get as many so we can get as many steps to spend on other floor plans, like luxurious floor plans. Okay. So, where do we want to go? Let's start on the right this time. Closet, sure. Let's get some items. Running shoes. Very good, because that's going to protect us of some steps. So I like that. Then we've got a key. That's going to bother me now. Why is it a coincidence? 45292. I just don't know what those colors mean. We have to think about that. I want to go... No, actually, parlor is useless here. Parlor is absolutely useless because we're going to get gems out of it. We don't need gems. Let's go guest bedroom. Okay, there's a gem here. I mean, we may as well pick it up. We could always get freezer as well to freeze our gems at the end of the day. Through this room, we have a hallway. I like it when I have some easy decisions. We can go this way. Again, parlor is useless here. Let's just go spare room. Speed running. I don't mind chapel here. Locksmith, keys for sale? That does sound interesting. Keys for sale. They're probably going to be... It's probably like 10 coins for a key, isn't it? Something stupid like that. Freaking inflation. I would take a nook here, I think. It's funny how you have the rabbit's foot. You're more likely... Oh, magnifying glass. I love the magnifying glass. Yeah, it's funny. We got the rabbit's foot. We'll have more items lying around, but I haven't seen much. But then, of course, the magnifying glass kind of disproved that instantly. We have no coins left because I went in the chapel twice. Let's go up from here. I will take the West Wing Hall. Yeah, I think that's a good shout. Then I'll go right. Ooh, observatory. Den is useless. Yeah, observatory, it has to be. Spending 3 steps on it, but I'm okay with that. It seems like 1 gem equates to 3 steps, which is quite interesting. So we now have 6 stars, so... There is nothing here. So, hang on. Depending on the number of stars that can be seen on in the sky on any given day, different constellations of various sizes may be visible, sometimes more than 1 on a single day. So we'll see what we get here, but we're probably going to get more than 1 star. Or constellation, sorry. I'm interested if there's anything like here for the magnifying glass. I haven't looked that closely here. It does just seem like regular stars, no hidden text or anything, but I'm interested. Like, even this. Is this going to show me the skull? No. Okay. Yeah, don't think there's anything. So, we have 6 stars. So, that's going to give us maybe 2 constellations. Yeah, this is the diamond one, right? Yeah, and then this is the twins. Pair of chests added to the entrance hall. Both pretty bad for us right now, I think. I don't think either of those actually help us all that much. Unless we get a sledgehammer, then that could be quite helpful. Kind of want to go back down to the hallway, but I'm going to open this first, at least. Rumpus room. We've never had the rumpus room. Let's go with the rumpus room. Oh, bishop. Alzara. I can interact with you. Yeah, black bishop. Chessboard floor again. Almost. Diamonds along the wall. A fish. A trout on the wall. Record player, very nice. Jukebox. Loads of coins. Is that a chess set or a checkers set again? That's checkers. So many checkers in this house. Ew. Ew, checkers. Oh, look, a chessboard. Backgammon. I know there's probably going to be a freaking thing in here, isn't there? What does all of this say? I can't quite read it. Just looks like loads of different games. Okay. Well, that's kind of cute. That's really cute. Okay. This is a cool looking room. What can we do with Alzara? Oh, insert coin. But couldn't we interact with it? Maybe not. Okay. Insert coin. Let's do it. What's my fortune, Alzara?
And as it was,
A whole cutscene.
I am awakened at the sound of a dropping coin.
Ooh, cool.
You find yourself face to face with the great.
I've got my pen ready just in case anything crazy happens.
I suspect you wish me to look into your future. The image is becoming clear.
Okay.
I see a boy.
White Sands.
A boy standing on a shore of white sand.
Yeah. There's the castle, the museum in the background. He's looking for something.
He was told he would not find.
Mount Holly in the back. Red flag.
I see a black cat tied to a red flag. I hear the wind blowing, but the flag does not stir. I see a door marked by a rogue moon. A door that is always locked, yet has no key. It is the door you have been searching for, yet
White Sands again.
a lost room beyond the dark waters.
A lost room beyond the dark waters.
What you have heard here has been foreseen by the great Alzara.
Okay.
Until the dawn of the following day, I will have nothing more to say.
Until the dawn of the following day, I will have nothing more to say. So, we can't do this again right now. But if we draft him again tomorrow, we can. That was cinema. That was... This game, like... It gets to a point where this game, I'm like, this game is amazing. And then the next day I play it, and I'm like, this is even better than I first thought it was. And then it keeps getting better. I feel like this is one of the first things we should have seen. No, actually, to be fair, this has been quite rare. Like, I think I've only seen this one once, but we didn't draft it. But that was a lot of imagery, symbolism, and connections to other things that we already know. So, I'm going to go through what I've written down and just talk about my instant thoughts, right? I see a boy on white sand. I would like to get the transcript of this, actually, and write down the transcript. We could probably do that in the lore part of our Excel. Or maybe we could have a separate tab for Alzara. Yeah, I see a boy standing on shores of white sand. So, there is a white sea of yore, first of all. That's something that we've heard before. And also, wasn't it Caleb that said to Marion in that one letter, I think they said, I will meet you on the shore of the white sands. So that's interesting. And I think when we were looking at the white sand, like us standing on the white sands with a map, I think that was metaphorical. I don't think that was like a real thing. We could see a place in the background. And it was like a castle, but it could be the museum. It could be the Royal Museum, because I think there's a connection there. So that's the first thing that I'm thinking of. We need to go back and rewatch that, I think, actually. That would be good. Then the next thing I found so interesting. Sorry, my brain just kind of glitched. I kind of just sat there for like 10 seconds thinking of what to say next. I don't really know what to say next. I'll skip this one. The last thing that I wrote down, there's a middle thing, but the last thing I wrote down is a lost room beyond the dark waters. Remember, we have Children of Blackwater, who is the insurgent group against the government, stealing the Ruby Crown. Marion is part of that. Caleb Manning is part of that. In a way, whether directly or indirectly, Herbert S. Sinclair is part of the Children of Blackwater. So that's interesting. But the most interesting thing I found there, and I don't know what to think of it really, is a black cat tied to a red flag. The wind is blowing, but the flag does not stir. What does that mean? Now, we've seen a lot of red flags, and not just metaphorically. We've seen a lot of red flags. The first time we saw red flags, and I was like, that's a little bit weird, is in the Red Print book. And now going back to that, I'm thinking that again, like, red flags? Why red flags? And then Daniel, our father, in that letter in the boudoir, my brain is so full of information from this game. Maybe that's why my tax exam didn't go that well. Daniel, in his letter in the boudoir, he said, as a result of Marion's disappearance or whatever, that Herbert S. Sinclair almost let her rode off in a carriage with red flags or something. Actually, I might have the quote. Yeah, this is what I should have been doing this whole time. So, red letter number 4. Deny her story is to deny her life. Yes, it is mentioned that our countrymen must be made to see the colour of the flag she flew as she rode into the darkness of 100 nights. Never mind, it wasn't red flag, but colour of the flag. I think that's pointing towards red flag. And again, like red prints, Simon loved the colour red, or Simon, or whatever our brother's name was, Herbie, was it? Was it Herbie? Yeah. So red flags, what does red flags mean? But then also, like, what does the black cat mean? So black cat also makes me think of black water. Black cat is superstitious. So black cat is, like, if you see a black cat, I don't even know the superstition story behind black cat. I find it interesting. We have black cats. I know they're like complete different, but we have like a black cat versus a white swan. We have like a swan song, which is like a beautiful thing before death, and we have a black cat, which is like 9 lives, like it's signifying of life, but it's darkness, it's superstitious. I find that like kind of symbolism, that sort of metaphor, the antitheses there, the sort of juxtaposition, I find that quite interesting by itself. But like the red flag is one thing, but like the wind blowing but it does not stir is another. Like, could that be something to do with like Marion was caught up in all of this political drama, but she never changed almost. She stayed a red flag. She stayed in the same exact position, even though she changed her pen name to not be associated with the Sinclair family. She went ahead and was part of this insurgent group. I think that could be something. I could be looking too far into this, but again, that's the whole point of me doing this playthrough. Let's continue with the game. That was really insightful. I really like. Next time I see Rumpus Room, I'm taking it instantly. Because it's just direct lore, isn't it? That door is locked, so let's go somewhere else. I think let's go through here. I really want to go back to hallway. Yeah, let's... Oh, but we lose a coin. Let's go through here. Garage. 3 keys. 3 keys, and I'm tempted by just the 3 keys, to be honest. Yeah, let's do it. Garage, 3 keys. Bam, bam, bam. I don't think there's anything else in here. We need to get the car keys. We haven't done that yet. And I'm really interested to see what happens when you get the car keys. Also, there was something to do with the ducts. So what does the ducts lead to? It leads to something here. I think it might just do the same thing as the utility closet, to be honest. I think it might just open the door. Okay. Anything here I can pick up? There was nothing here small, was there? No. Was that something I could... No. Okay. Bleach. Can't pick up bleach, unfortunately. Alright. Back through here. We don't want to use the key. We want to go to the hallway. I keep telling myself I want to use the key on the rumpus room, but no, I'm not going to. I'm not going to be greedy right at this point. So let's build off of the hallway. Oh, this is a dilemma. I really want to see the office. But Den is so much smarter because we see the right side of the map. You guys might hate me for this, but I really want to see the office. I'm just tired of seeing it over and over again and not picking it. Here we go, office. Right, this was a room that we saw in a photo once. I think we also see it in the... Where do we see it? In the security room. A lot of, like, head statues. There is a king here, which, like, I'm immediately drawn attention to the king. There is a safe in this room, which is mainly why I want to see this room. The second reason I want to see this room is because there's a terminal in this room. Upgrade disc. A floor plan upgrade disc. Insert into one of the estate terminals to permanently upgrade one of your floor plans. Oh, yes. I love that. Okay. The antechamber lever in the greenhouse is broken again. I don't think there is enough time to put in another work order before Simon arrives, so just make sure the west and east levers are operational. West. I've noticed that. Beside West Bridge, right? Beside West Bridge. That's what we've got so far. We have beside from the Nook. We have west from the office. We have bridge from Bridget in the pantry. Those are always, like, we have letters that are in all caps, and then there's one word that's not in all caps, and it's it's giving us something. Beside West Bridge. So West Bridge is that bridge, isn't it? By the outer room. So I don't know, I can't find that. Because we tried looking at that once, but didn't see it. So what's in here? That's in there. Okay, there's the safe. Great, we found it. Now we need to find the code. Bridget, okay. Notice how the bridge isn't in lowercase this time, so that's yeah, proof of... Hang on though, because this is next to the switch, so I assume this is going to be connected. Please check if any books matching these titles are available for purchase in Reddington. Flight of the Queen, March of the Count, Fall of the Lord, Passing of the Barons, Herrings of the Major. Has a little trouble reading the Baron's writing, so I'm not sure if the last title is intended to be Hearings or Herrings, but knowing Herbert, I suspect either would be suitable. Red herrings, okay. Another play on the word red, okay. So, I think this is a big clue. Because I think what this is saying is they don't know if it's supposed to be... Like, it's drawing emphasis to herrings. Whether it's supposed to be hearings or herrings, either would be suitable. Because red herrings exist, obviously. All of these are in red, so all of them are irrelevant. So we only want March of the Count. But what does that do for us? March is a month, so I think we have the month. It's just, what does March of the Count mean? Flight, March, Fool, Passing Herrings. Queen, Count, Lord, Barons, Major. All of these are different, I guess, politically associated individuals. They have power. All of them have power. Or authority. Okay, we'll keep that in mind. March of the Count. There might be other clues in this room. March of the Count. Blue car. Ooh. Okay, so whoever this is probably married to whoever this is. We saw this person in the dark room. Okay. Don't know who either of them are, to be honest, so... This is a queen. She has just a random pendant, not like a swan pendant or anything. Is that Herbert? No, I don't think it is. Okay. Upgrade disk. Upgrade floor plan program. Or floor plan upgrade program. That's quite difficult to say. Ooh, interesting. Come on, what are we going to get? The Nook. Okay. Nook data has been found on this upgrade disk. You will now have the chance to permanently enhance this room to one of 3 different upgraded floor plans. Press enter to continue. We have... I love this so much. We have like variants of the thing. Okay. So we can get the Nook, which is 2 keys instead of 1 key, which I'm not going to lie, that sounds amazing. That does sound amazing. We can get the breakfast Nook, plus 1 key, plus bacon and eggs. So that's going to give us a lot more steps. Or the reading Nook, plus 1 key. You will always draw library while drafting in this room. I think it's very obvious. I want to take that one. I mean, the library is just fantastic. And doesn't it have 3 doors to it anyway? So even if we don't need the library, like, it's just great to get. I'm taking the reading Nook. Plus, I love reading, as you guys know. And I love talking, probably more. Right, what else is on this terminal? Welcome to Mount Holly Home Office. Run payroll. Oh, this is spreading... After running this process, checks will be placed in each staff member's room. Ah, this includes each servant's quarter and mage chamber currently on the estate. Staff member's room. So, do we have any staff member rooms? I don't think guest bedroom counts. So, no, I don't think so. So, we don't want to do that right now. Maybe later, if we get that and we need coins, then we can run the payroll. Oh, wait, no. Spread gold in the estate. Okay, let's run the payroll. Let's just... We've never done it before, so let's just do that. Spread gold in the estate. The office can facilitate a modest distribution of coins withdrawn from the staff incentives program. These coins are spread... distributed in a number of rooms currently active throughout the estate. Okay, let's do it. A number of gold coins have been withdrawn from the staff incentives program and spread throughout the estate. Okay, and then we can log in with Swan Song and look at some emails. Now this is what I'm excited for. It's taken us so long to get Office. Come on then. Take your time. Staff services. Yeah, all of this is... Yeah, okay. Request schedule change? Oh yeah, we can't do that either. This is going to be the same. Oh, that was 7th of November. That was the date we started. Special orders, again. We do this all the time, and I never get the commissary, but I really like the magnifying glass. Let's just go with the magnifying glass. Okay. Can't do remote terminal access. Electronic mail. Data transfers? Not currently available. I wonder if that will be available at some point or if it's just not in the game. Okay. We have 4 emails to go through. They are in... Let's do them in order. So from DC Power, RE Fuse Box Repair. October the 5th, 1993. The VAC indicator lights, installed per instructions, have been turned on. However, it should be noted that the white indicator is only displayed after syncing all 6 indicators to purple. Okay, white after 6 purple. So I know what it's talking about. There's in the utility box, there's like 6 lights, and you can press them and you can turn them like red, blue, purple, apparently white once you've got 6 purples, but I just don't know how it works. I should have kept trying with that, actually. I need to figure out how that works. If this is not the desired functionality, let us know and we will fix it in our regular service visit next week. Gabe from DC Power Inc. Okay, we know that DC Power exists because it was on the fuse box, so that's good. I love the world building in this. It's so good. From MCMCMC, changes to the estate. Dear Herbert, we just wanted to let you know that the changes you requested to your will have been implemented and notarized. If your premonition, God forbid, should bear fruit, rest assured that your plans will be executed down to the last detail. McGuire, McGinley, and McDougall. So he changed his will to do all of this stuff in 1993. Bearing in mind, I think when was it we started? Oh, it was 1993. We don't know that the year is 1993. I think we just know that... we know that he signed his will 1993 because that was in the opening cutscene. Yes, I remember now. Okay. Again, great world building. All of this is just great world building. Another DC Power thing. Gabe, yes. Okay, this is the response to it. Gabe, yes, that is the correct functionality. Also, when you are out here next week, please test that the correct sequence is... Okay, we need a sequence. So off, blue, green, white, red, purple. This sounds awful. This sounds so bad. Thanks for the due diligence on this project, H.S. Sinclair. Okay, that sounds like something we're going to be doing for ages. Subject next week. Sir, you have not left me any instructions for the following week, and you know how much I hate leaving critical plans up until the last minute. As soon as you decide on definite plans for the holidays, please pass the message on to me, either through Hartley, who is valeting for you this weekend, or if you absolutely insist, through this confounded electronic typewriter. Okay. Interesting. Let's return. Okay, so that's everything, I think. That's the emails. So we got a lot of information about the utility closet, which I think is actually quite helpful. It would just be helpful to know how to get those colors. I think it might just be a trial and error thing. So what else is in this room? So camera from Sinker. Just a lot of statuettes. I did notice, by the way, while editing, this is a swan. This is a paper swan, isn't it? So many swan connections. There is a finger pointing toward the safe, which is good. Okay, so safe. Okay, it's this March of the Count thing, I think. So check if any of these books matching these titles are available for purchase. Flight of the Queen. Okay, so No. I do think all of the other ones are red herrings, but also they tell us, because we've seen a queen one, haven't we? We've seen a queen, like, head. This one. So is this a baron? So is there a count? Are you a count, maybe? So what are all of these? So this is... I don't know how we can tell. Is that a baron? No, the baron would be Herbert. I don't know who any of these people are. That's the same as that guy. So we've got two of them. We've got two of... Yeah, we've got two of them. Whoever those guys are. That's another one of those. 3 of them. 4 of them. Queen. And I think we've got 2 of them. Is that right? No, because I think that's different. Yeah. So we've got 1 of you. 1 of you. 3... Wait, was it 3? 1, 2... No, it was 4, right? 4 of them. And 2 of you. So which one is the count, though? Is it you because the finger is pointing? So would it be like March the 4th because there's 4 of you? I'm doubting my counting now. 1. There's none over there. 2, 3, 4. Let's try it. 04, 03. No. Or is it 03, 04? I don't think it will matter because I think it will take any date. I'm not sure. March of the Count. It does seem like count is saying count as well as it's saying count. Like it's a double entendre. Unless it's count how many of these, how many statuettes of these, in which case it would be 3, wouldn't it? 1, 2, 3. Oh, 03, 03, right? Because March 3. There we go. In all seriousness, like, I think some of these puzzles are excellent. I think some of these puzzles are a little bit vague. I mean, we're getting them. I feel like some of them aren't amazingly intuitive. Like, that was a little bit of a stretch, I feel. March of the Count, like it's telling us to count how many counts there are, and then it's March, like that. Yes and no, but the only reason we knew to do that is because we know all of the safes have dates associated with them. So it's going to be the number 1 to 12, and it's going to be another number, and then you have to find the other number, and then you've got it. Like that's what it comes down to. We just knew that one part of it was 3, so then we had to figure out what the other part of it was and how you get that clue, and that's how you get it. So you just need to break it down. That's my advice for all of your puzzle-solving needs. Infinity. Number infinity. No, this is number 8, I think. Just interesting. This is going to be the last one in the order, I'm assuming. Let's have a look. March 3rd. So we did just say March 3rd. Dear Mr. Sinclair, thank you for promptly answering all our demands not involving the police and allowing this unfortunate transaction to transpire as smoothly as one could hope. And while I'm guessing you had hoped to never hear from us again once we had given you back the envelopes, we felt that one final red letter of our own was merited given the circumstances. Hopefully you will not be as careless with this missive as you were with the others. Correspondence this correspondence this incriminating should be kept in safes, not desk drawers. Okay, so now he's just put a button, he's just put a switch in the desk drawer to get to a safe, which is quite funny. Wow, okay, so correspondence this incriminating. So he's done something else incriminating, and so this is going to go through that. Let's first put your apprehensions aside, as I'm sure another red envelope is the last thing you expected to find on your desk this week. What does red envelope mean, though? Like, I get it. Like, red envelope metaphorically is like the bad doings of Herbert S. Sinclair, but like, when they're talking about the meta of it, when they're talking about you're finding a red letter, we're giving you a red envelope, like, what does that actually mean? People threatening you? I don't know. I'm sure another red envelope is the last thing you expected to find on your desk this week. No, we are not making more demands, and no, we do not have copies of other letters. You were already more than generous and accommodating, and the least we can do is fulfill our end of the bargain. So why write to you at all? Why incriminate ourselves further if we already have what we want? In a word, principles. After reading your eloquent reply to our initial note, it became apparent to us that there had been a few misunderstandings. This letter is intended to clarify some of these points and hopefully will place our schemes in a softer light. First, we may have gotten too excited with the colourful language of blackmail, but our goal was never to terrorise. Despite what you may believe you interpreted as thinly veiled threats toward your young nephew, I want to personally assure you there was never any tangible danger. So whoever is writing here blackmailed his nephew. If we gave any impression we would hurt the youngster, it was meant only in the very vague sense of hurting his social prospects. And yes, while we admit that our word choices might be questionable enough so that it would be reasonable to accuse us of being intentionally misleading, we hope you believe us when we tell you that this was not a calculated ploy to elicit payment. However, as payment has been received, there is nothing to be gained by scrutinizing the questionable ethics that were employed in the extortion of those funds. Little defense can be mustered on that score. Okay, so there's extortion involved here. Additionally, any judgmental tone you may have detected when we discussed the content of your stolen letters was entirely unintended. Stolen letters! Okay. I'm putting it together now. Whoever is writing to us here, they stole these 8 red letters. Okay, I see. They got a hold of these red letters somehow, and then they were waving them in his face, or probably actually they probably sent copies to the manor and blackmailed him, and they were probably like, "Give us money. We have incriminating evidence here. We can easily give these to the government and get you out of here. Basically, get you in jail or whatever." Get you killed, the death penalty, but they were like, we need the adequate payment in order for us to leave you alone, and then he actually paid them. They probably weren't expecting that. He actually paid them those funds, and now they're sending one final red letter. So let's reread a little bit of this. However, as payment has been received, there is nothing to be gained by scrutinizing the questionable ethics that were employed in our extortion of those funds. Little defense can be mustered on that score. Additionally, any judgmental tone you may have detected when we discussed the content of your stolen letters was entirely unintended. We want it on record that we do not consider ourselves superior to you and your family in any way, and are in fact entirely sympathetic to the underlying cause that the letters pertain to. And you thought this letter couldn't get more incriminating for us. That's so stupid and funny at the same time. Yeah, we blackmailed you, but We know we don't have any power over you. Don't say that after receiving payment. That's quite funny. Again, we feel guilty as sin, and only time will tell if the financial recompense will outweigh our culpability. This is so funny. Even though you will never hear from us again, we hope this parting letter will result in you thinking of us and our dealings, if not favourably, at least sympathetically. Sorry for the inconvenience. Forever Anonymous X. Okay. So this has answered one question and given maybe another two. I mean, okay, maybe just another one. Like, the main question is who has written all of these red letters, or who has sent these red letters, who blackmailed Herbert, who was behind all of this, and so I'm understanding now. So all of these red letters are going to be something bad Herbert has done, which we figured out already, but that's because it was all blackmail. It was all blackmail. It was all incriminating evidence that an adequate payment was given here. We, Simon, are finding all of the keys to all of these safes and finding all of this incriminating evidence. And this is the last one, remember, which makes a lot of sense because it's the last one in the thing. March 3rd, probably, well, actually, I was going to say 1993, but it's definitely, I definitely have no evidence for that. So that's irrelevant. But this is the last one in the series. This is just them saying, we're sorry for what we did, even though it was blackmail. We don't have any power over you. I don't know. It's just all a bit kind of haywire, isn't it? But very incriminating for both sides of it. There's a lot going on here. There's bribery, there's blackmail, there's people going missing, thievery. Like, there is so much crime involved in this house. I still just find it funny that there's a whole floor plan dedicated to practicing robbing the museum. I just think that's so funny and so over the top. Anyway, what were we doing here? We've been in the office for like half an hour probably. I don't know how long we've been in here, but it's been a long time. We need to go back to the rumpus room and we need to see, coins that were spread. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh my gosh, a lot of coins were spread from the office. Coins that we're going to lose to the chapel, but we should never come back here, I don't think. Okay. Notice again how we got another red ruby. Let's go in here just to see if... I mean, this is a waste of steps, really, but we want to see if there's more coins. Just in case we get a shop room. Okay, yeah, that was a waste. Okay. Back through the observatory. Any coins on the desks? Yes. No. It looked like a coin for a second. Any coins in here? We already got enough coins from here. Okay. Can I feed you, Alzara? No. He did say dawn of the next day. Okay. So this is locked, but we have 5 keys now. So I think we're pretty good. Not really what I want to see, but I'll take pantry so that we can go explore to the right a little bit. Hopefully we can go right and down. Okay. We need to remember as well, we have beside West Bridge. I don't know what that means, really. Courtyard. I'll take 3 steps. We do need to take a bedroom or something soon. Metal detector. Good. Help us to find more keys and more coins. As if we need more coins. I have found coins to be a little bit useless. Has my screen just gone really dark? No, that was just me being stupid. Okay. The pool. Adds locker room, sauna, and pump room to today's draft pool. Part of me wants to go storeroom, though. Because pool doesn't actually do anything, and it's wasting more steps. But we did say we wanted pump room. Let's take Paul, just because it's interesting. And to be fair, we do have an okay amount of steps. Like, it's not the end of the world that we don't have that many. Drafting pool rules. The draft pool is your deck of potential floor I like this. This is cool. It's your deck of potential floor plans. Each time you draft, 3 random floor plans are drawn from the draft pool for you to select from. The odds of drawing a specific floor plan may differ depending on the room. Some rooms are more rare than others. Floor plans added to the draft pool are removed at the end of the day unless otherwise stated. No running. Okay. I think we knew most of that. Yeah, so this room is a pun. This room is a pun because we're adding more rooms to the draft pool. That's quite funny. We could probably drain the pool. Would that be any use in draining the pool? I don't know. I really want pump room though. We need to get pump room if we see it. Come on. Fingers crossed. Nope. It has to be courtyard, but I'm a bit scared that we're running a little bit low on steps. Right, what's around? Oh, shovel. Okay. Not too shabby. More coins. Spent in shop rooms, if we can find a shop room. Okay, let's go down. Den is good here. Not for the gem, but just for the placement of the doors. There's a gem here. There's a coin on the floor. So many coins. Okay. Then back down again. We could go boudoir. I really want to go commissary, actually. But again, it's just like, with the amount of steps we have, I don't know if that's a good idea. I'm going to do it. Just because we have so many coins, we need to spend it somewhere. Otherwise, we're just completely wasting the opportunity that we have. Okay. So what can we get? Upgrade disc. Perfect. Great. I will just take that. Okay. So maybe now we've seen The Office, we can get upgrade discs more often. I just don't know if we're going to be able to get back to The Office on time. That's a little bit scary. What's this way? Okay, I mean, it has to be bedroom at this point. Two steps. A coin purse. Each time you collect 3, add an additional 1 in interest. This is a very big coin run. Very little places to use coins. It's the library. It has to be the library. We're not going to get another... Oh, a key. We're not going to get another book in today's thing. We may as well do this. But we will be able to check one out for next time, which is quite efficient. Especially if we get the Nook next time, because we'll get the wait, I just skipped past that. Silver key. Unlocking a door with the silver key will lead to a room with many doors. That's quite cool. Okay. So what do we want to check out now? This is still the same volume, so that's good to know. I'm thinking Swimbird. I'm also thinking History of Orindia. Let's go with Swimbird. I'm interested in the children's stories. Of course I am. We also haven't checked up here in a while. But I don't think there'll be much else to see. If this is just records, just in case you wanted to know. I'm not going to... Longest day, 2 hours, 23 minutes. Average day, 1 hour, 30 minutes. That's quite funny. Here you go, just in case you wanted it. Ah, discovery records, upgrade discs, and red letters. And it looks like there's more discovery stuff there as well that we could potentially fill in. And then over here, scrapbook. I like the scrapbook. We do have a magnifying glass here. Oh, that looks important, doesn't it? Because you can see it says Syncoco. No, I think that's just a coincidence. I don't think that's actually anything. Okay. My favorite floor plan, library. Most drafted, courtyard. Most paid for, courtyard. Yeah, what's new, Scooby-Doo? Most time spent in entrance hall. That doesn't surprise me. I talk a lot at the beginning of these things. Okay. Contraptions I've made. Pick sound amplifier. There's a lot of contraptions that you can make. Commissary receipt. Upgrade disc. 15 gold. Largest purchase. That we just did that, yeah. Stamp collection. You can see all of the stamps. Cool. So this one says the, yeah, Morajai. The White Sea of Yore. Yeah. Cool. It'll be good to know more about the world. I love how we've just avoided Furnace every time we've seen it. And Terrace. And Secret Passage. Still haven't gotten any of those at all. Okay. Back down here. Whee! I bet that makes some people feel sick. Okay. Den through here. Oh, there was a locked thing here that I didn't see. What's in here? Just loads more coins. Another key, another gem. Okay. Epic. So then let's go to the right. Is this the last? Yeah, we want to make sure that we're going up here. Just a regular key will do. Any of these will do. East Wing Hall. We don't really need the dark room anymore because we've seen everything in it, I think. Unless, of course, we haven't. That would be quite unfortunate. Coins down here. Up here. Drawing room would be great. Courtyard would be great. There's still a safe in the drawing room that we just haven't seen. Or not seen, but haven't solved. We just need to think about it. So, we flip this. No, but it is to do with the pictures, though. And we just don't know what to do with the pictures. If we... Something small gates. 8 dates, crack 8 safes. There's no small gates or dates to crack the safe in the drawing room. Small. The word small is ringing is alarming. Not alarming because that has negative connotations, but like there are small steps. Is gate? There's another meaning of gate, isn't there? Isn't the other meaning of gate step? Maybe I'm making that up. Let's look it up. Gates meaning. The word gate refers to a hinged or sliding barrier. Okay, yeah, thank you. Transportation, events, computing. As a suffix. Public. Oh, wait. Hang on. Inspired by the 1970s Watergate scandal, the suffix gate is frequently attached to nouns to describe a public controversy involving the concealment of wrongdoing. I mean, that is bar for bar what is happening in this game. As a surname, Gates is typically of French or English origin. Okay. I swear, although it doesn't have a different spelling. Has it got an I in it? Gates. Yeah, there you go. A gait is a particular way of or manner of walking, stepping, or running. It describes the coordinated sequence of movements involving the legs, feet, and arms as a person or animal moves forward. Human locomotion. That's quite funny. Animals, especially horses. Okay, we are onto something because it says especially horses. When referring to animals like horses or dogs, a gait is a specific sequence of foot movements. It determines how the animal walks across the ground at different speeds. Common gaits for horses include the walk, trot, canter, and gallop. Okay, so gait is just like, in general, stepping transportation with the legs. It's kind of like in French when you say à pied. That's like, I don't know what that means actually. I think pied means foot, but it also means walk, which is quite interesting. But yes, I thought there was a meaning. So if we take this context, small gaits is exactly what I was thinking. Small gaits, as in small steps. Am I being crazy? I'm not being crazy because we're seeing horses. And I specifically called out horses. Like, why horses? Do we count the horses on each wall? No, small gaits. So do we count the small gaits on each wall? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. 7, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't like that because that's not going to be right. 6, 7, 8. This isn't right because it should make a date, shouldn't it? And then 0. 7, 4, 8, 0. 7, 4, 8, 0. No. 4, 8, 0, 7. 8, 0, 4, 7. If we count small gaits, that's what it is. Yeah, that's definitely what it is. If we count small gaits, I think we've solved it. I think it's if we count small gaits. 8 dates, crack 8 safes. I mean, I'll put this in red because I'm not sure about it, but we can confirm that. If we count small gates, 8 dates, crack 8 safes. Oh, is it maybe the individuals? Because there's different types of smalls, aren't there? So there's the man, and there's the woman. And is it just those two? Do these count as 2 separate women? Those two, that doesn't count. That's the same guy as that guy. That's the same. That's the same. Okay, so there's 2 types of small gates here. There's a woman and there's a man. So what if we count the man's and oh, it's definitely that. We're gonna count the man's and it's gonna have like 12, and then we're gonna count the woman and it's gonna have like 3, and it's gonna be 3/12, 12th of March or 3rd of December or whatever. So let's do that. So the man has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I think it's 15. I'll just write that down quickly. And then the lady has 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it 4/15? That would make sense. It would be 15th of April. So 15th of April. staying with the British version. Yes! Yes! Okay. That was difficult. That was a very difficult one. But once you have, if you count small gates, 8 gates crack 8 safes, once you have that, it does make sense. As long as you can understand that gates and gates... I mean, that's the part of it that's not intuitive at all. Because, ow, my thing broke again. I could feel it happening as it happened. The thing is about that puzzle is... It made sense to me because I knew there was a different definition of gates. But nothing in this room... I mean, actually, no. The thing is, this required ball knowledge, in a sense. It required the knowledge that gates is... that there is 2 different ways to say gates, or 2 different spellings of gates. And it also required the knowledge that horses have gates. Like, gates is specifically for horses. So, like, if you didn't know either of those things, then I think you would have a lot of trouble in this room. I don't think you could come to an intuitive thing. But as soon as we kind of made the connection that gates and gates was a thing, we could figure it out. And I mean, that maybe there's something later on that tells you that gates and gates, like, you should use gates, not gates. I'm saying gates so many times. But that was a meh to me. Like, the last part of that puzzle was intuitive. The woman and the man, like, that makes sense. But understanding small gates means small footsteps, very difficult to get. Okay. Interesting. This is 6. So we've had 7 and 8 today, and we've got 6 now. So number 6, and it's written in words. No, never mind. I was going to say that could be beside Westbridge 6 or something, but no, I don't think it's that. But why is this one written in letters? Very strange. April 15th. Dearest Mary, I know the events of the past year have catapulted you into a world you may not have been ready for. It's cruel, the way time rips through our lives, tearing them barren and fruitless like wind-seared plains. This is to Mary, our mother, who is also Marion Marigold. Throughout this all, I know your principal concern has always been Simon. Oh, you didn't need to confide in me yesterday for me to realize that fact. Everyone who knows you understands this. I will take full responsibility to ensure that regardless of how your current project pans out, Simon is shielded from any fallout and, God forbid, repercussions. A child should never suffer the iniquity of their parents. Okay. I, of course, write you all this in the hope that I can set your mind at peace when imagining the worst case scenarios, not because I think such an outcome is likely. No, Mary, I have few apprehensions and fewer fears. Assuming everything goes according to plan, you should be reunited with Simon again before his 10th birthday. And while 2 years might seem like an eternity to a mother, I've always heard the days pass by more quickly in the East. Okay, so this is in relation to where Marion Marigold is going. She is being separated from Simon, but she, like, assuming everything is going according to plan, she will be reunited with her son before his 10th birthday. So this is a while ago as well, which I think we know anyway, because it was in the 1980s and we're in the 1990s, I think. Maybe I don't know that. Yeah, didn't she go missing 1987? I think it might have been 1987. Okay, interesting. More quickly in the East, so she's going to the East. Okay. As for me and you, I have already come to terms that our meeting yesterday was very likely our last. I am too old and too stubborn to ever leave this place. I am too attached to the home our family has built up. Room by room. Yes. Room by room, that's funny. Yes, I have a strong premonition. I will be buried in red soil under red flags. I mean, if there aren't alarm bells going off right now, they should be. Buried under red flags. What is this red flags business? I don't understand it. A compromise I know you yourself would never accept. It's been a joy watching you grow up and getting to know you. Your mother and I spoke of little else during your school days. I know she'd feel the same bittersweet pride I feel now to see you following in your father's footsteps and making the same sacrifices he did. Farewell, my marigold. We may yet meet again, your Uncle Herbert. So Herbert organized, I think, probably the disappearance of Mary Marigold. But why did they pull this stunt? Why? That's my big question that's not being answered. Why did Marion go missing? Obviously, it was a big stunt. Obviously, she didn't go missing because somebody kidnapped her. It was due to Herbert. Herbert organized it. And I found it interesting that he had Simon in mind. Like, it seems like Simon and Uncle Herbert had a connection. I mean, we are owning we are inheriting the property as a result of all of this. Why us? It's clear that Herbert actually did care about Marion a lot, even though Daniel doesn't think so. Daniel's not connected in the family. He's just connected by law. It's a thing where, like, Herbert cares for Marion, but they're both criminals. So, like, they care in the wrong way, almost. Like, they're not keeping each other out of trouble. They are connected through trouble, almost. It's really interesting. Though, like, again, I haven't heard Marion's side of any of this. So, for all I know, Marion could have just been involved because people were getting her involved. And that's a very sad story if it is true. Like, for all I know, Marion didn't want any of this. And therefore, like, Herbert was pulling her in one direction. What's his name again? Caleb was pulling him in her in another direction. All of these different things. And her husband knows what's happening. Her cousin knows what's happening. Kimberly, I think it was. Hang on, no. Kimberly was the scientist in the lab. Who was the cousin? I forgot who the cousin was, but I've just seen Kimberly was a name. Kimberly Thompson was a name that I wrote down as somebody in the laboratory. So I don't really know. This is interesting though. I do want to write all of these details down in my Excel. Have we gotten 3 letters today? The office, the drawing room, and the shelter, right? We are making really good progress in this game, though I don't even think we're halfway done. No, we're definitely not halfway done. There's still so much to go in this game, I'm sure. I mean, we can get into the antechamber, but the only thing that we get in there is a basement key. So there's definitely a basement to go down to. How do we get to the basement? Is that going to be an entirely new floor plan that we need to explore as well? Like, how far does this go? It feels like 70 steps is a lot. So is it going to be a case of we're going to get to a room that gets us down to the basement, and then we're going to have to work around the basement, like drafting floors in the basement? Like, is it going to be something like that to open the antechamber north door? This is so interesting. I love all the lore bits in here. I'm hooked, actually. I'm really hooked in this game. I'm hooked and addicted. Locker room. Spread keys throughout the house. I hate to say it, but I don't have the steps to do it. Again, I would like lab as well, but we're not going to get boiler room, so there's no point of getting lab right now. Let's just do corridor. We could have redrawn there as well. Oh, we should have redrawn for bedrooms. Oh, this isn't great. I'm gonna go with storeroom. Not go in there because we need to save some steps up. And then I'm gonna go in here. Do I use my special key? No. No, because we can redraw. I ideally want a bedroom here. Sauna! Tomorrow you will start the day with 20 extra steps. That is good. I want to redraw here because none of these are good. Foyer. Hallway doors are always unlocked. Or inventory. That's 6 steps. I can't do 6 steps. This is the first time we're seeing foyer though. There could be a safe in there. Again, the parlor puzzle is completely useless. But we don't lose as many steps as the others, so I'm going to do this. There's not even any point of doing the parlor puzzle. Okay. The door is locked. Special keys. We're going to get a big room here. Chamber of mirrors. Nope. Not making that mistake again. It's going to have to be dining room. Oh, dining room. That's actually really good. Oh my gosh. My only fear is we're going to go to the dining room and we're going to have to need a key. So let's draft dining room because I think it's the only valid option here. Do we go back? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alternatively, we go in. We hopefully get a key. And we can progress. I don't know. Coins. I should have got the locksmith at the beginning of the run. This is going to be locked, isn't it? No. Oh, that's really bad. No, I mean, I don't think there's any possibility. I really wanted a room that goes up so that we could get to the 8th rank, go to the dining room, get more steps. But it's not going to happen. We could get nursery, but that... No, actually, we can't get nursery because that just blocks us off completely. I think the run is over. I think we've done a lot this run. And I'm happy with the progress we made this run. I'm going to get sauna because it gives us the chance to see a new room. And also we start tomorrow with more steps, which, like, that's amazing. Let's do it. Sauna, sauna, sauna. Okay. We got a gem. Great. This is a lovely little room with absolutely nothing in it. Of course. Okay. So there's nothing else to do here, is there? Let's just do the parlor puzzle for fun. I know you guys want to see me fail at logic, so here we go. The gems are in a box with a statement containing the letter B, which this one does. The blue box is true. This contains B. This contains B. So this has to be true. Meaning this has to be true. Meaning this has to be false. The gems are in a box with a statement containing the letter U. So the gems are in a box with a statement not containing the letter U. So this one does, because it has a U at the end. The blue box, this one does. It's this one. It's the blue one. That's so much fun. These logic puzzles, as hard as they may seem, they are a lot of fun to do. Is it even this one, though? Have I messed up? Did I mess up my logic? No, I didn't. Very good. Okay. Well, I think that's it. Nothing else to do. We did the drawing room. We can go to the storeroom real quick and get the things in there, but that is it. Okie dokie. Upgrade disc! Oh well. That's actually quite annoying. I wanted to do the upgrade disc. Of course I find out I forgot to do that now. We had the opportunity to draw security as well. I would have drawn security. Oh well. That's the end of the day. Quick! Get to the other room! No. Okay. Very well. That was an interesting run though. We got some safes. We got the office for the first time, which was very good. The hovel is good, but we need a lot more steps for it to be like properly worth it. Prosaic Villa? I don't know what that means. Total rooms 28, rank 7, steps 55, items 8, new rooms 5. Very good day. But for now, I'm saving and quitting. Thank you guys so much for watching today's episode. If you have enjoyed, make sure you like the video and you subscribe so you can see when my next episode comes out. And here is a teaser for the next episode. And shouldn't you always listen to friends? For they know me best, or so they pretend. So I dare not dive, and I dare not swim, and I dare not step foot in the ocean again. And I dare not smile, and I dare not laugh, for they will do it for me, and on my behalf. And I dare not dream, and I dare not speak, for maybe my friends won't like the real me. And I will say goodbye to my dreams and the sea, and wonder why daring feels just like defeat. I got the shivers. I got the chills there.